So right now, the subconscious and the conscious world are starting to merge together. So you might be experiencing this in your life where things that you could once deny, hide from, run from, you can no longer do that because it's there right in your face. It's being mirrored back to you in all of your interactions. You are being faced with it. And, we can just look out into the world and we can see the shadow is rising because that is in the subconscious. So those programs that have been running our lives that we've not been aware of, and often those programs, those belief systems are passed down to us from generation to generation. They are passed to us from the system that has been intentionally trying to harm humanity, to keep us unconscious, to stop us from waking up and becoming conscious and remembering that we are source, remembering that there is another path. There is the path of the Christ consciousness, the Christic path. This path is a path that we were born to walk. This path is the destiny of the soul, and it is the path to bring through source, to crystallize source into the flesh, into the physical reality. So we allow our higher aspects, our soul, to walk on in fully to these physical bodies, because most people do not have the soul fully within the body because it hasn't been able to get in, because it's been blocked due to all these subconscious programs, all these shadow parts that we've repressed, denied, felt are wrong, are bad, and pushed away. And as the subconscious becomes conscious and they start to be seen by us, then we can start to bring them back into the light, back into the soul. We can start to heal those parts. And as we heal and dissolve and let those energies move through us, then the soul can walk right on in to these bodies, these divine temple bodies, and we can connect back to our sacredness. We can remember that we are sacred and all of creation is sacred. So have a look in your life, just reflect on your life. Are you seeing now a lot of things that perhaps you didn't really see even yesterday or the week before that are now just so obvious to you, that are now just really in your face, or you feel like you're just being triggered more and more? You're feeling these intense waves of energy, of emotion, because as we start to bring the unconscious into the conscious, as we start to ascend and wake up in our consciousness, well, we're going to start to feel more deeply again, because we have also been numbed to our feeling senses. There's been a lot of implants, a lot of spell subconscious programming that has created these numbing shields around our bodies, around our heart spaces, so that we can actually connect in to the pulse of life, to source, to really nourish ourselves and be alive, to be really alive and feeling. That is one of the pleasures of being in a physical body, that we can use our senses to feel. But because our senses have been bombarded with some of the most horrific images since birth, then it's had to create these numbing shields to numb down our senses, because we couldn't possibly process or cope with the amount of horror that has been rained up on us purposely. So, but these numbing shields now, they're starting to dissolve as the subconscious is becoming more conscious, so that we can heal them, so that we can dissolve those illusions and move back into truth about who we are, reconnect back to source. We were never actually disconnected from source. That was just an illusion, and that was just the technologies that we use to keep us in a frequency fence, to stop us. It's almost like we're being kept just off kilter. So our energy is just not being plugging in to our higher aspects, which is always plugged in to source, to the Godhead. So now that we are, so feeling is our gateway into source. We need to feel to be able to connect to the heartbeat, to the pulse of life, to allow that to nourish our systems, our bodies. So they had to shut down our feeling centers, because that was our access point. But like I said, those are being dissolved now. So you might be feeling more intense emotions. But you will notice as well, though, when you feel those intense emotions, that as we start to learn to let them move through us, well, it passes very quickly. So we don't hold on to it. We don't hold on to sadness. We don't hold on to not feeling good. We let it just move through as anger. We let it move through. So we don't hold on to it. We don't put it down into the body, repress it and keep hold of it so that it keeps being triggered and triggered and triggered. We just let it move through the body. So we can start to process our emotions organically, just as we were meant to do that. So yes, so just look around in your life, notice the subconscious becoming conscious. I mean, we can see it in the world, right? We see all the stuff that was hidden, especially if you're from the UK, we were programmed to believe we lived in a civilized society, but really all of that corruption, all of that greed, all of that power and control, well, it was just suppressed out of our sight. We were just programmed not to see what was really happening, just like we were programmed not to connect to those corruptions in the body, so that we didn't do anything about them, so that they could continue to run and control our lives. If we can't see them, if we can't acknowledge them, if we can't feel them, because we can't connect to them, because we're always numbing ourselves out with addictions and distractions, then how can we possibly transmute them? How can we possibly move them out of the body so we can receive in more of the soul? So now we are being given a helping hand from Source, because it is the divine plan. It is the divine will that we move out of that epoch. We are moving into a new epoch. We're coming to an end of a cycle. We're coming to a completion of the forgetting of who we are, so that our memories can start coming back. So we can remembering that we are Source and we are one and we are all together. So that's why we can see now those shadows coming up to the surface in the UK. Like I say, back in 2020, many of us started to really wake up then, because we could really see all that was hidden now coming to the surface. It wasn't that they just started being corrupt and all these shadows just started. No, it had always been that way. They've just been suppressed. So we can be really excited about this time. We are in epic times, and it might not always feel comfortable when we're going through the release of some of these shadows, but if you have been focused on your growth, if you've been focused on that, you're going to start to see that you heal these wounds so much quicker. We bring back wholeness back into the body. And if you're interested in going on a full reconnection journey, which is the journey that I've been on, it's the journey that I continue to go on, because we are creation is a spiral, and we're always spiraling deeper and deeper into healing, deeper and deeper into the divine, deeper and deeper into the true fabric of creation and the true fabric of the self. There is so much for us to discover, to rediscover about the self, but it is such a fun journey going on that reconnection journey. So I used to do a group live online one starting on the 444 gateway. So if you're interested in that, you can check out the link below. But if not, like I said, just become aware of what is happening within your reality. Become the observer, because the observer is the true you, is the experiencer of the reality. And as you become the observer and realize you are the observer, then you start to realize that if you just focus on healing out all that is not you within the body, then what happens is more of your true self can come in, and you can start co-creating the life that you came here to live, because everybody has a destined life within their blueprint. It's blueprinted for a life of absolute pleasure, joy, fulfillment, meaning. We all have that in us. It's just that we've been programmed to not connect to that, so that we could continue to keep the slave system running. So it is within you, even if you don't know what that is yet. That's okay. That's the journey that we go on to reconnect back to it. And if you commit to yourself, devote to your own growth, say to your higher self, I am ready to grow. I am ready to see all that I could not see. I am ready to face it. If you say these kind of words to your higher self, if you invite in this healing, you will be led. You will get the breadcrumbs. You'll be led to someone that can help you, a book, a video, or just led to your own guidance. And a good place to tap into that guidance is through meditation and through being in nature. So yeah, thank you.